It's estimated that 1 out of 10 women in the U.S. struggle with endometriosis. That includes the woman behind the hit you've all heard on the radio, Bad at Love, Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter Halsey, who is here with us. So please welcome Halsey to the show.
Hi, guys.
So I feel like every woman who has dealt with endometriosis has their own individual story and journey, and clearly you're here today for a reason to share your story.
Absolutely. So, the thing with endometriosis is a lot of it comes down to, I think doctors can tend to minimize, the female experience when it comes to dealing with it. My whole life, my mother had always told me, women in our family just have really bad periods. It was just something she thought she was kind of cursed to deal with, and that I was cursed to deal with, and that was just a part of my life. When I started touring and playing concerts and traveling, the stress and the strain on my body really started to enhance the symptoms and make the experience a little bit worse. I was fainting all the time, and I got misdiagnosed with chronic fatigue, with anxiety. They were telling me I was fainting because I was anxious. I said, I am anxious.
Yeah, it's understandable, right? Having anxiety
They say it's stage fright.
Yes. And it wasn't until one of the first tours I'd ever done, I woke up in so much pain. I was bleeding so much. It was more blood than I'd ever bled before. And our tour bus was parked outside of a hotel. I was so sick and I was in so much pain, I thought I was going to vomit. And tour bus plumbing is not great for vomiting. So I wandered my way out of the tour bus into a hotel, into the lobby, and managed to get to a bathroom. And a couple minutes later, I woke up on the floor in that bathroom. And I pulled myself up and I walked back out through the parking lot, collapsed in the street outside of the bus. And my tour manager had to take me to the hospital. And the whole time I was there, no one knew what to tell me. Dehydration, stress, anxiety, and I'm saying, well, what about my pain? A lot of the time, they can make you think it's in your head. When I finally got my endometriosis diagnosis was with Dr. Aliyabadi. She took one look at me, and I explained to her my symptoms, and she said, you have endometriosis. And it was so bittersweet, because it was like the relief of knowing I wasn't making it all up, and I wasn't being sensitive, and it wasn't all in my head. But it also kind of sucked to know that I was going to be living with this forever. A couple months later, I was on tour. I found out I was pregnant. And before I could even really figure out what that meant to me and what that meant for my future, for my career, for my life, my relationship, the next thing I knew, I was on stage miscarrying in the middle of my concert. And the sensation of looking a couple hundred teenagers in the face while you're bleeding through your clothes and still having to do the show, and realizing in that moment, I was like, I don't ever want to have to make that choice ever again of doing what I love or not being able to because of this disease. So I put my foot down and I got really aggressive about seeking treatment, and I had surgery a year ago and I feel a lot better. So it's good, yeah.